You don't tell, I'll tell.
All right. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have really awesome stuff because I know everyone's been really kind of eager about learning about the policy and procedures and all that kind of stuff since Jessica posted it, I think, like last week or the week before. So Danielle is going to do us the favor and really kind of get down to the nitty gritty of all that stuff. But I just wanted to go over just one or two things. We're going to be starting the Emerald to Diamond group this Monday, and that date is the 26th. So Monday the 26th, Emerald to Diamond group. You have to be Emerald, and you have to have already done Coach Basic. So if you have those two things, I'm going to post the application after we get off the call. Apply, and Danielle is also going to be running that for our team as well. That's really all I had for tonight. I've been absolutely crazy with leaving my job yesterday, and I'm sure you all saw my teary-eyed video yesterday, but still I want to say thank you to all you guys because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So I'm just going to kind of let Danielle do her thing, and take it away, Danielle.
Okay. Hey, guys. First off, I want to congratulate Rose on her last day and her first day of freedom. Congratulations, Rose, and congratulations to one of our leaders. I don't think she's on the call, but Courtney, who is pregnant. So congratulations, Courtney, and Gina, who just hit Emerald in her business. So good job, ladies. Okay, so today we are going to talk about policies and procedures and all that good stuff. Just a quick note, if you guys have any questions, I spent the majority of the day on the phone with them, and every time I called, like, they picked up within the first or second ring. So they're really nice, super helpful. It's not really like customer service where you have to wait. Like, they were just on every call, and they were really helpful. So anything that you feel like, I'm not really sure if I'm allowed to do this or not, just pick up the phone and call them, or email them. They are so helpful.
Is that Coach Relations that you're talking about to call, or is it a different number?
Compliance. It's compliance. I'll show you the number when it comes up and the email and stuff. It's a different number than what we call for Coach Basics, and any numbers that we normally call, it's a completely different number. And they were, like I said, really helpful, stayed on the phone with me, I hung up and called them like 6 different times, and every time I called, it was like the first ring, they picked right up. So don't hesitate. It won't take long. They'll answer your questions really easily. So I'm going to share. Can I share my screen with it? Yeah. Okay. Desktop. Okay. Can everybody see?
Oh. I can't see on my end.
Where are you guys?
I don't know about everyone else. Jess, can you see?
Okay, can you see me? Shake your head. Or can you see the screen? Yes, no, Rose?
Yes, now I can see it. You're good, you're in.
All right, okay. So I'm just gonna go over the slides that they actually have this in our back office. So if you guys wanna go through it yourself, you're more than welcome. I'm just gonna go through with you and go over some of the notes that I picked up when I was speaking to the compliance. Okay, so first and foremost, how do you behave? It's basically, these are the rules. There's a couple, I think everybody has pretty much been following these rules. They're really not too crazy, so you don't have to get really worked up about it. The first rule is basically the disclaimer. So when you're making any claim of any type of income from Beachbody, and that's like, I've seen a couple of people put up like, hey, now I don't have to clean my house, I can hire a maid. So like anytime that you are speaking about actual physical money coming into your pocket by Beachbody, so groceries, maid, gas, car payment, a new car, a new house, new clothes, you need to include the disclaimer. So some examples that they've given, like the first one, it says like paid in cash for this thanks to Beachbody. Obviously, you can't write that. You know, that's not what they want you to do. The one that you can do is paid for my new home thanks to Beachbody. And then at the end, you can see Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from Team Beachbody opportunity. So this is anytime that you're talking about money, whether you've made $50, it doesn't matter. Always put that disclaimer in there. Like I said, car payment, gas, groceries, maid. I've seen maid a lot lately. So make sure you just put that disclaimer in there and then you guys will be fine. So the second one is the sharing your success stories. So what they're saying here is basically don't make unrealistic pictures. Obviously, you're not going to do something like the first picture where it's like, Focus 25, I lost 25 pounds in 5 days. That's just crazy. So just be honest, really. And when you're sharing, make sure that you're sharing your picture, your personal picture. You can share as much as you want. Or a picture from Beachbody in our back office. You know how they do the before and afters. You can share those as well. Any coach or client that you're sharing pictures from, you want to make sure they're basically saying that you have a written consent to share the results of any challengers or coaches. And written consent can be in an email, a text, anything like that. So they just want to make sure that no coach is making claims that the Beachbody products are cure, treatments, diagnosis, prevention of diseases, anything like that. They want you to be really, really careful about how you word things because, I mean, I know like we say all the time, like Shakeology helps with diabetes is different than cures diabetes. And if you are going to mention anything like that these products actually did anything in treatment or cure or diagnosis, once again, you're going to have to use a disclaimer. And it would be, these statements have not been evaluated by Food or Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. So basically, they just want to make sure that you're covering all your bases here. You're sharing your own picture or using a Beachbody picture, or you have written consent from challengers or coaches. So don't use anybody's photos that you don't know, basically. Don't take random photos from the internet and put them up there and make bogus claims, which like I said, I'm pretty sure we've all been really good about this. Whenever we're sharing people's posts, we always ask for an advance. So I think we're pretty good about this. I think more or less what's happening is there's other companies that are using our before and afters as their before and afters. So Beachbody is just really kind of making sure that doesn't happen anymore. So it's good. It's actually a good thing that they're changing all these policies and procedures. And here you can see the disclaimer that I was discussing about if you are mentioning any products or Shakeology or anything like that that has anything to do with curing diseases, diagnosis, anything. That's the disclaimer that you want to use on the bottom of your post to make sure that you cover all your bases.
Danielle, I just had a question before we go on. So say like you didn't say cure diabetes, but you're like telling the story about yourself, like it really helped me with my IBS and my stomach issues. Do you still have to use that disclaimer?
You can use your own personal story. If you're speaking about somebody else's story, you want to use that disclaimer. But just be very careful about the words. You can, like I said, you can use help. And worst case scenario, if you feel any uneasy about what you're writing, like I said, email them, call them, or just put this at the bottom of the post, like, and that's it. But if it's your personal story, you can put that. Just make sure that you're not using like, now I'm completely cured from diabetes or anything skin related. We just want to make sure that we're not putting out there that this is 100% going to happen to you since it happened to me. So just to be on your safe side, if you're using any of that kind of, say any of those words, I would just use a disclaimer or just email compliance. Okay, so the number 3 is bonus pools. And this is Team Beachbody Coaches may offer incentives to their team. However, cash is not permitted. So you can do gifts and promotions and things like that. Now, basically what they're saying here is we don't want to be like, hey, if you sign up for my challenge pack, you'll get like a $25 gift card or something like that. Anything cash related you can't do. Non-cash related you can do. So you can have incentives, but you have to be really clear and publish your guidelines and qualifications. So let's say one of the example that I did, if you like my like page and share my comment, you'll be in the drawing to win a 21-day fix cookbook. That's okay. Or if the next couple people who, finish a challenge or get a challenge pack from me will get like a personal development book. That's okay. We just don't want to do any cash, or like gift card cash, things like that. Never ever do based on a recruiting. So you can't put, if you sign up as a coach with me, you'll get something. You can't ever do anything recruiting coaches wise. It can only be challenge or within your challenge, within your coaches. You can do that. Like if we were having the first couple people who reach Diamond will get a personal development book. That's okay, but never recruiting coaches, never trying to get coaches from a different team onto your team by using incentives or cash or anything like that. And basically what they're saying here is, I think a couple of us have been through this where we were in that that Bob Lucido group where there was a big pool, it was like $5,000. That's okay. They're allowing that to happen. It can't be greater than $5,000. So I don't think any of us need to worry about that right now. Maybe Rose, you're giving out $5,000. But so that's basically what they're saying here. And you can see they give some examples. Anyone who joins my team this month will get a trip to Hawaii. Not obviously you can't put that. Anyone who purchased a challenge pack will get a 25 gift card to Lululemon. So basically they just don't want it to be like coaches. Recruiting is a big no-no, and you will get fined for these. So make sure that you're just keeping it light. You have to make sure the guidelines are clear, and it's just for your challenge packs or with your coaches within who are already your coaches.
Sorry, I'm going to butt in again.
Yeah.
Because I do this. I'll give like if a person refers somebody to me, I'll give them like a $25 gift card. But if they're like a normal customer, is that really going against it because they're not a coach? And I'm not doing that to get them as a coach on our team.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's okay. If you're doing that, just make sure that, it's more of a gift, really, right?
Yeah, it's like a thank you for referring.
That's fine. It's more like if you're putting on a post and you're like, hey, if you
blasting it.
Yes, exactly. Okay, and another example, if you keep your rank at Diamond, so I can earn Star Diamond bonus, I'll reward you with a diamond necklace. Obviously, you cannot do that. I think we all know that, what examples that you can do is any of my personal sponsors, coaches who are a paid Diamond rank as of such and such date will receive a personal development book of choice. So you just really want to be careful about your wording here. As you can see, it's more or less like, don't make it about you and advancing rank, just helping your team members out. So let's see, I think that was all I had on that one. So the next one is social media. This one's, I actually thought it was really fun. When promoting Beachbody or anything, business opportunities or any form of social media, you must identify yourself as an independent Beachbody coach. You must be respectful, kind, and in any communication that you make. Remember that this is your place online and it's forever. We already know that. Internet is forever. And each coach is personally responsible for any content. So I actually took this as kind of an empowering statement that I made a post of it on my timeline that was basically like, yes, I am an independent Beachbody coach. And I thought it was pretty cool that I got to announce that. If you haven't announced that, I would definitely make a post about it. basically they just don't want you to, you know, not identify yourself as a Beachbody coach and then try to sell something later. You have to let them know from the jump that you are a Beachbody coach and that, you know, that's what you're here to do, which is pretty easy. Number 4, social media. If you have any concerns with any other coach's conduct, we encourage you to reach out to us. Blasting coaches in a public Facebook post is not the way to handle it. I don't think any of us do it on this team. We've actually pretty good. So I don't really have any concerns for you guys. And let's see, what else do I have here? When providing your personal opinion, you must clarify what your opinion rather than a Beachbody position with a statement like, the postings on my site are my own and do not necessarily represent the position or opinions of Beachbody. So I guess that would be if you were kind of speaking on fitness and you were putting your insight out on a post, a random post, that you just, since you have made claims that you're an independent Beachbody coach, you just really want to make sure that you're saying the right stuff. And if you are saying anything that may or may not be taken the right way, they're asking you to put that disclaimer. So basically, just watch what you say. And like I said, I don't think we have much to worry about on this team. Each coach is pretty respectful to everybody else. And, you know, they're just saying you're responsible for your content. So be very careful about what you put on the internet and how you speak, and to represent yourself as, you know, a public figure and not just a random person on Facebook that's blasting, you know, their opinions and going crazy and putting out rants and being mean-spirited and negative. Okay, so bonus buys is the next one. This one is pretty interesting. You can only pay for your product through your own account using your credit card, or otherwise making a purchase for any other coaches or customers is called bonus buying, which is prohibited. You are allowed to get you 2 plus you. So that means that I can pay for my stuff on my credit card for me, my husband, or like my mother or a child. This means you can pay for your account plus 2 direct relatives on your credit card. And if you have a different last name than that relative, you want to email compliance, and you must have a pretty good reason why you know, you're paying for them. So like, let's say you're paying for your sister and you have different last names because you're both married. You know, you would have to contact compliance with like a statement like, you know, she'll note your account and let them know that that person doesn't have a credit card and that's why you're using. So anyone that doesn't have your last name, and if you have more than 2 people under your credit card, you need to email compliance. They are really just cracking down on people who, let's say they don't hit Success Club 5 for that month. So they'll make up a random person. So let's say like my husband's name is Roger, and I pay for my account and I pay for my husband Roger's account. So let's say I didn't have my Success Club 5 and I decided to make a bogus challenge, you know, a customer, and name him RJ instead of Roger, you know, RJ Lobby. That's bonus buying. They actually have to be a real person. So you have to be very careful. You can't just be buying, or like me buy another challenge pack as a customer but with a different name. You can't do that anymore. So they're really cracking down on that. They're making sure that it's actually, you know, your credit card is being used for you and 2 other people in your household, and no bonus buying. Coachline Office. Coachline Office is full of information, logos, and other images that you're permitted to use to promote your Team Beachbody business. This is basically for websites and bloggers. This is where you want to be really careful. You can't write coach by itself. You need to have Beachbody Coach. And you cannot have your name, ID, blog, site, website, or any over top images, like your cover page or your profile can't be of Beachbody stuff. You have to present you as a real person on all forms of social media. I think we've gone over this before just because it looks better if you're a real person on social media. So let's say my Facebook says like Coach Danielle. You can't do that. You can't, it has to be your name, or 21 Day Fix Danielle Lobby, or T25 Day. Like you can't do that kind of stuff. You can't attach something else with their brand name of any type, Beachbody, Shakeology, or any of the fitness programs. This is also, using like their sites. A lot of people have started up websites and blogs, and they'll be like, it'll be like Beachbody Fitness with Danielle Lobby. You can't have that. You can't have anything to do with their name, their products, and any trainer's name like Shaun T, Beachbody brands, any protected term. You cannot use that within your URL, your domain. So that's basically, like I said, we've already told you not to do this because it doesn't look good on your Facebook page. So your cover page, your profile page, your profile name can't have anything to do with Beachbody. It's got to be you. You got to be a real person. Put yourself up there. No just Shakeology as your cover page. It has to be an actual real picture. And there is a bunch of, like I said, this is all in policies and procedures, as you can see, 3.2.3. If you go into your back office, you can read all of this. So number 7 is your actions both online and in person represent Beachbody, both our brands and our company. Be professional, positive, and respectful to others, which, you guys know this. Look for opportunity to solve together rather than accuse someone. And here is the number, the email, and the fax. And there's a couple other things I forgot to go over. So with bonus buying, you cannot, like, let's say you have a challenger and they decide they want to be a coach, but they don't have that $40 right away. You can't pay for them. So you can't enroll an individual without permission, obviously. You can't make up non-existent customers, obviously. You can't purchase for another customer or coach. The only person that should be that you +2 on your credit card is parent, spouse, or child. Anything other than that is prohibited. And either way, if you have people under your credit card, I would definitely email compliance that and just give them, explain it. I know a lot of us have already emailed and let them know that our spouse is on our credit card, just to be on the safe side. It's an email. It takes 5 seconds. Yeah, but definitely if you have different last names, that's the big red flag. Different last names, different addresses. You want to make sure that you're emailing compliance ASAP.
Danielle, can I ask a question about that?
Sure.
So for mine, Josh pays for my Shakeology and his Shakeology on his card. So I just have to email compliance and let them know that, and that's I'm good. Okay.
That's all you got to do. Email right there. Just let them know, that's your fiance. You're both under one household. He's paying for you. And that's it. And
okay, cool.
Just note your account. This way there's no red flags that would ever come up and have, any reason for them to contact you and think otherwise, that you weren't following the procedures.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Andrew, you just have to include the coach ID information when you are emailing them, because they will email you back. And
okay.
Yes, especially if you're see, Dan has a different coach ID than I do. So
right.
You have to give them both coach IDs so they can note both accounts.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
There's also one thing I wanted to go, like I said, I've been kind of reading policies and procedures, and this kind of dinged in my head because I've seen a lot of coaches doing other parties and jewelry things and skin things online. And I don't know if everybody's actually aware with what you are and what you aren't allowed to do. But as you can see, I'm going to read this to you. A coach who has a lifetime rank of diamond or below may participate in any other network marketing business, provided that the products and services associated with such network marketing business are not directly competitive to Beachbody. So basically, no fitness, no nutrition, no beauty. A coach with a lifetime rank of a diamond or below who maintains another non-competitive network market business may sponsor home parties or employ social media to promote the products and business. However, a coach that has a lifetime rank of one-star diamond above may not promote network marketing business or associated products or services, regardless of the type of products and services. So it doesn't even matter if it's against basically like one of our competitors, you're not allowed to do it. In any public forum or by the use of home parties, promotional events, or a form of social media. So I would be really careful about what you're getting into. Yes, Jess.
That means specifically to be a distributor for them, correct?
Yeah.
Not to link up and do combined activities, like how I'm doing
It's to be a distributor, yes. So if you're participating in that, like I said, I just noticed that a lot of people are doing it a lot lately. So I want to make sure that you guys are aware that if you are a one-star diamond or above, you do need to be careful about what you're promoting yourself on business, on social media. You want to make sure that, because basically what they're saying is it doesn't matter if you're competitive with Beachbody or not. And like I said, this is a ton of information right here. I won't read the whole thing, but if you are in it, I'm not in anything else, so this doesn't apply to me. But if you are, I would go to policies and procedures and do my due diligence on 3-9-1 and even give compliance a call if you feel in any way, shape, or form that, this might be you, or you might be doing something you shouldn't be doing. And of course, you're not supposed to be recruiting other people from marketing businesses over to us, which we all know that. So, okay, yeah. So that's basically it. Like I said, I feel like we've been pretty much doing all of this. The only thing that I think that has really changed is writing those disclaimers and making sure that we are mindful about what we are giving out for prizes and things like that. So if anybody has any questions or you want to write down this disclaimer for real quick, I don't know if everybody wrote it down, but this is for if you're using any claims that Shakeology or these products have done anything to your health or cure or treatment, I would be using that as a disclaimer. And if you say anything about making money, you want to make sure that you do that money disclaimer. So I will open up the lines if anybody has any questions.
Danielle, can you do us a favor and show us how to find this PowerPoint and where we would find the policy and procedures in our Coach Online office?
Okay, hold on. So here is my back. Oh, hold on, guys. Oh, man. Hold on. The heck? All right, so hopefully you know where to go to get to your online office. I'm going to scroll all the way down. And on the bottom left, you click on Policies and Procedures. And there it is. That's basically describing everything. The PowerPoint, however, I go back to my main page, and if you look on the coach breaking news, it'll say compliance, tips, and time savers on the right. And then you just click on these slides, and they're right there. So you can download these. And like I said, they'll show you exactly where, like which one. So income claims, I would just go to the policies and procedures and find 362, and then just read them. It takes a little while to understand. That's why I was on and off the phone with compliance so much. But once again, they were really helpful. And they want to hear from us just as much as we have questions, because this is, they want to make sure that we're all on the same field. So if you do have any questions, or if you ever feel like, I don't know if this is okay or not, just shoot them an email and they will get back to you, or call them, or just write that disclaimer and just be safe and, sorry. Because a lot of these things that they are putting out there, there are penalties for it. So, and obviously we don't want anybody to get in trouble. And it says to just contact, I think the name that we were given was, what is it, Gemma? Jemima. Is that how you say her name? I don't even know. But that's if you email her with any questions or anything about that spouse account or your parents' account or anything like that, she will get back to you as soon as she can. Oh, and here's another one. I forgot. This is the one I was looking for. So they also don't want you to be posting any more than 2 minutes of video with the original workout, which I don't think any of us do. I think this is more like a YouTube thing, where people are actually just like sitting there and filming their DVD and putting it up for other people to use. I know a couple people from what I was on the phone with were using it in their challenge group. So people who didn't purchase the challenge pack, they would try to videotape some of it and then put it on there. That's not allowed. So it can't be more than 2 minutes. Anything under 2 minutes is, I guess it's okay. I don't see most coaches don't really make more than a minute long anyway. You can, however, do personal video. They just don't want any audio or video or visual content if it's more than 5 minutes. But once again, I think that was more of a YouTube type thing, where they don't want you to be showing that much of the moves and the DVDs and things like that to anybody that potentially could be taking our workouts and our DVDs and using them. So no more than 2 minutes if you're gonna video our DVDs off the TV, and no more than 5 minutes if you're doing a personal video of yourself working out. So just keep it short. That's it. And you guys should be good. So anybody else have any questions?
I have one more.
Sure.
What happened if a customer wanted to purchase for their brother or sister, blah, 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 with the same credit card? Is that completely different because it's a customer and not a coach?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. It's basically just for us coaches. And like I said, it's more or less just, I think people were making up just like false people, just like random. Like if I was just like pretend I had like another body living in my house and I just made up a name and threw Lobby on the last name and just got those 2 points. That's really what they're cracking down on. And for people who are like, I'll just sign them up as a coach and they won't even know it, and then I'll pay it on my credit card, like that's not allowed. Or people who are like, I don't have the money right now to sign up as a coach, and they want them that 2 points, or they want them so bad on their team that they go ahead and pay for that $40 fee or that challenge pack. So that's really what they're looking for. That's the bonus buying.
Cool. Good info.
Yes. So when in doubt, just email or call. Like I said, they're really, really helpful. I think the moral of this all is just be truthful. which I think all of us are. Make sure that you're sharing your own personal story. And if you're sharing anybody else's, make sure that you get consent from them. If you're going to show random things, make sure it comes from the Beachbody site because they have already gotten the permission and people have already signed off for them to use those before and afters. And make sure that if you're claiming any money or any health benefits, cures, diagnosis, that you use those disclaimers, and you guys should be good. All right. Okay.
Anyone else with any questions? Because I know I kept asking them.
Jess says thank you. All right.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Danielle. Appreciate
No
it.
problem.
Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you, Danielle.
Thank you, Danielle.
Thanks.